Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Going to have a look at this article here and two other articles as well. So 3 incidences altogether, all of which have occurred in New York City. We're going to play one short video in a moment. We're going to start off with this article here, and there are links in the description. New York City police have arrested a suspected hammer attacker accused of smashing an Asian man in the head on Tuesday night after a minor row. Christian Jeffers, 48 years of age, who identifies as a woman. We'll just show you some pictures first of all. So she's a she, apparently. She identifies as a woman. There she is with a wig on. So you may have seen these pictures. There's the victim. This was highly publicized. We'll watch that in a second. So back to the article. Christian Jeffers, 48 years of age, who identifies as a woman, was caught on camera in a wig and purple lipstick. Not sure if we need to know the color of the lipstick, but anyhow, attacking the 29-year-old man at around 9 p.m. at the 14th Street station in Manhattan, New York City. On Wednesday, Christian Jeffers was spotted by a transit officer shortly after 2 p.m. having jumped the turnstile. Christian Jeffers was wearing the same top and jacket but without the wig and without the blue jeans and red shoes, and he was taken into custody. A hammer was found in their bag. Christian Jeffers has been charged with second-degree assault and faces possible hate crime charges. So it would be a hate crime if he attacked the victim on the basis that the victim was Asian. So they've got to do an investigation to come to a conclusion as to whether or not they feel that that's the case. But he faces possible hate crime charges. The victim, who does not want to be named, said that he is fed up with rising crime in the Big Apple in New York City, and that he wants his hammer-wielding attacker to be locked up. Well, yeah, he should be locked up. Absolutely. I mean, you can't have fucking some nutbag walking around hitting people over the head with hammers. You know, whether they're Asian, whether it's a hate crime or not. So yeah, he should be locked up. So again, there is the victim. He suffered head injuries, but he's fine. He's fine. The article does go into further details, but essentially he's fine. The victim, who remained conscious, was taken to Bellevue Hospital, and he's fully recovered. The article does tell us about other recent anti-Asian hate crimes, so you might want to look at that. But let's watch this video just very briefly. It gets the hammer out of his bag. That stuttering of the video is just how the video is. Gets the hammer out. So there we go. Okay, so that happened. Thankfully, this guy has been arrested. He's been found and arrested. But here's another incident. Unprovoked razor blade attack on an Asian man riding in New York City's subway is also being investigated as a hate crime. Razor blade attack, again on an Asian man. An Asian subway commuter in Manhattan was reportedly slashed in the face with a razor blade in what local authorities call an unprovoked attack. The unnamed victim, 41 years of age, was allegedly riding a northbound J train on Sunday at around 8:30 a.m. when a stranger sliced his face. Despite his injury, the victim was able to alert the officers in the area. The suspect, identified as 39-year-old Brendan Dowling, was arrested near the station while attempting to flee the station. I was just seeing if we can find a picture of Brendan Dowling. Perhaps we can't. These could be just various random Brendan Dowlings. Dowling, who was previously arrested in December for stolen property possession, was charged with assault. He was also charged with tampering with physical evidence, since he reportedly tried to dispose of the blade whilst fleeing. The New York Police Department Hate Crimes Task Force, which has been made aware of the attack, has launched an investigation into the attack to determine whether it was racially motivated. Further details about the condition of the victim have yet to be disclosed. So the victim had his face slashed. So I would guess, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a plastic surgeon, but I would guess that's going to leave a permanent scar on his face. I mean, that's not very good, is it? Sorry for, I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious, maybe I am. But, you know, that's fucking disgusting. And here's another incident. There's no mention of this being a hate crime, but this is early days. Maybe there'll be further information. 2 women stabbed at New York's Museum of Modern Art. Can't even go to an art museum without getting stabbed. 2 women were stabbed inside New York's Museum of Modern Art Saturday afternoon, prompting chaotic evacuation of the Midtown Manhattan facility. Police said that both women were in stable condition at Bellevue Hospital and that they were looking for a man related to the attack. The attack took place just after 4 p.m. The suspect was wearing a black hoodie, and there's no further details. We don't know exactly where or how or indeed why the stabbing took place. Julia Garcia Valles, a 24-year-old tourist from Spain, said that she was waiting to go outside when a panicked crowd shouted, "Shooting!" and rushed out of the doors. We were really scared. So yeah, look, you guys are having a lot of problems. Oh, sorry. So this article here just is about the same incident, but it gives us a little bit more information. What does it tell us? 2 female employees were in stable condition after being rushed to a nearby hospital. We are told that they're both going to be okay. The unidentified suspect, 60 years of age, was not in custody as of Saturday night. He's previously known to the museum and police officials because of his past problems. So seemingly this is a regular customer at the museum, perhaps. So they know who did this, or they have a prime suspect, and that person, a 60-year-old man, seemingly stabbed 2 of the museum's employees multiple times, including in the back, the collarbone, and the back of the neck. The police department hope to release a photo of the suspect soon, so they don't have a photo as yet. At the bottom, we see some more incidences which have happened a while back. New York City woman stabbed to death by man who followed her into an apartment. Yeah, I made a video on that a couple of months back. Suspect in New York City attack on Asian American woman is arrested. Yeah, that's outside of the hotel where he beat the absolute bejesus out of an Asian American woman. And the hotel staff, there were at least 2 big, if I remember correctly, there were at least 2 big burly security guards that were within the hotel. And this attack happened right on the porch, whatever you would call it, right directly outside of the hotel. And the security guards purposefully chose not to get involved. I think they locked the doors. Whilst this woman, like a small, petite woman, got beaten up by this fucking huge... I'm trying to get the picture to open up again, but this guy was a big, burly guy. You would not want to, pardon my French, you would not want to fuck with this guy. And he was just beating up a woman, 100 pounds, I don't know, 120-pound woman or something like that, but, a small, petite woman. Asian man assaulted on New York City streets dies months after attack. Yeah, this guy unfortunately died a week or two ago. About a week ago, I think. He'd been attacked with a brick, if I recall correctly, in the face, in the head. Been attacked with a brick, and he was on life support for quite some time, I think. So, New York, what the F is going on? Eric Adams, your new mayor, come on, buddy. All right, you got in the job in January. Was it January the 1st? You got in the job January, okay? We're now in mid-March, so no one's expecting miracles, but more needs to be done. Obviously, more needs to be done. You need to stop releasing those that are arrested. You need to, just jack up your bail requirements. You need to keep them in prison. You need to fill out Rikers Island. That's one thing you need to do. And you got to stop releasing people from mental illness facilities. You've got to do something in regards to that. Maybe that's out of the remit of the mayor. No, probably it won't be, will it? You need to. I mean, look, these attacks are happening by and large by those that are mentally ill. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but I just feel that if they were incarcerated in a mental institution, then not only would they be receiving help, support, that would benefit them, presumably, but they're going to not pose a risk to society. You've got to clean the crap off the streets. Basically, I mean, that's a harsh term, but it's just how it is. If you want a nice, pleasant society, you need to clean the crap off of the street. Don't you? I mean, I've never worked in law enforcement, but it just seems like common sense to me. And if you don't do that, you're going to carry on having these incidences. If you allow yourselves to be overrun by the mentally ill, I'm going to say the homeless, because a lot of them are mentally ill and destitute, of course. I would imagine the homeless are likely to cause crime of various kinds, theft, I would think. And those that have with a criminal history, you allow them to be on the street, you're just going to continue to have these problems. And in the meantime, you're making more and more people homeless with high costs of living, high rent, high mortgages, and a declining economy. Shit's just going to get worse, man. Shit is just going to get worse. In some ways, I feel sorry for the mayor, Eric Adams. What can he do? He's not going to be able to solve this problem. He's not going to be able to make things perfect. He's not probably going to be able to dramatically improve things. He's not going to be able to turn the situation around. He can help the situation. He can slow the decay. That's probably as best as he can do, really. But so far, he's been in the job for 2.5 months, and at this point, given the increase in violent crime, and more importantly for me, I think, given the low bails, soft bails, releasing those with violent criminal history, that's where things are really going wrong. And so far, Eric Adams hasn't done anything about it, as far as I understand. So he is to blame. He is responsible. Things haven't improved where some things could be put in place to make improvements, and he hasn't done that. So basically, I'll wrap things up at this point. Fuck Eric Adams. Thanks for listening.